So as you can tell, finally got my hair cut. It's been about a month and a half. I think the last time I got a cut was a few days, maybe like a week before we left Malaysia. So it's definitely been like a month and a half, so it's about time. Not bad, but this is the struggles of a black man in Southeast Asia or any non-African, Afro-descent country or country that has a huge population. So this could be me in Europe, this could be me in some South American countries, even Central America, and then also obviously Asia. So it's not like I'm in Thailand right now, so it's hard for me to find people that have cut black people's hair. It's funny because I posted in one of my groups that I'm in, hey, my melanated folks in Laos, like, where have you got your hair cut in the city, right, in Vientiane? And one guy was like, oh, any good stylist will work. And I was like, not necessarily, because if you've never seen a black person cut a white person's hair, it takes forever, and often they do not know what to do, especially when they have to use scissors. If you've seen the reverse of it, a white person cut a black person's hair, and it's happened to me before, it sometimes doesn't come out good, or it takes like twice as long, so it could take up to 2 hours. And it's taken me 2 hours to get a simple fade before, a military fade. So that is not always the case, but I was able to find one place on Google after searching through the images. I think I went to their Instagram to look to see if they ever cut black people hair, and they did. Someone else recommended me another place, but that place is pretty good. They had like 2 or 3 African clients on their Instagram, so as long as they got one, we're good to go. So I just gave it a shout out. I think I might end up going back. It's pretty good. They cut this. They cut the top of my head off for 90,000 gip, which is about $4.50. But yeah, the haircut alone costs 60,000, so that's about $3, and then the beard costs $1.50, so 30,000 gip, so 90,000 altogether. It took him about 30 minutes to get this cut, which is actually pretty good for it being an Asian that cut my hair. So check it out, London Barber Lao. I think they have 2 locations, but you want to go to the main location. And then afterwards, I realized that when I got out, it was raining. I realized that I left my raincoat inside the car. So here I'm making a 4-minute walk to the coffee shop, and I'm actually here. So we're skipping the coffee shop and going straight to our next destination. I just met up with them, and then we left right when I got there. But here we are. Just check it out. I have no clue why we're coming here, but hey.
We just got to a market. Well, it's like an indoor market. It's kind of like a mall. Back in the day, it used to be outside actually, but they upgraded because it rains a lot here. So, but it's called the Lat Sao, which is called the morning market in Laotian. We'll see what we can find. Looks like there's like lots of clothes, food, some donuts right behind me. Let's see what else. And lots of like silk, traditional Lao outfits and stuff that people wear to parties and the temple.
It's like they knew I just got my hair cut. Just look at this. They're about to make me get my waves back.
We didn't spend too much time here. We're actually about to go get a Vietnamese sandwich and go home because there was some food waiting for us. So, but yeah, we didn't really buy anything either. It's just like any other market, to be honest. Our little friend here got something though. I quickly wanted to share the progress of the kitchen. Check it out. This is gonna be where the sink is and the stovetop right here. It's pretty long. I'm really excited to finally be able to cook here. So, yeah. So today we are having So I should have taken it earlier, but you pretty much put these spices together. It's really spicy. It's like spices. The main ingredient is ginger and peppers. You can have fresh peppers or dry peppers, vegetables. Put it in here. You make your own sauce. Here's some bean sprouts. Are you excited to try it?
We'll see.
All right. But yeah, so we're having.
Passport photo done. This is like someone's house, a beauty salon, and a passport studio in one. Like, it looks like it's about to take like 5 minutes for them to print it and everything. So it's like the quickest passport photos ever. So janky. So just got done taking my passport photos, making my way to the U.S. Embassy now. It took like 10 minutes, and then the passport, well, to get to the embassy is gonna take another like 15 minutes. So we should be there in about like 7 minutes now. We shall see. There's no traffic this morning, so that's good. There's usually no traffic, so you don't have to worry about that. But we'll see how this embassy is, because I know last time you went to the one in the US, it was pretty hectic, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so we're in another country, so it shouldn't be as many people in it because we're in another country and we're in Laos. Sometimes these foreigners that work in the US offices overseas, they be having like a little man syndrome, so we'll see if they make it harder than it should be. But yeah, just made it to the US Embassy building. I think I have to U-turn now, so we shall see. Should I go straight?
Yeah, let's see what happens. Just keep going around. I don't know.
It look like we in a penitentiary or something like that.
It does not look like a U.S. embassy. It looks like a prison.
Well, the front kind of, but the way these bars are set back there kind of look like it. I probably should have just U-turned, because now I got to go all the way around the building, which is why I said to U-turn, so I don't have to do all of this. So just got done at the consular office, the embassy, and they didn't want us to take photos out front of it. It was like crazy, because he was like, oh, no, and then I got to the sidewalk, which is off the property, and he was like, no, and I got to the street, and I felt like he was gonna say no again. So we just got done. What, right here?
Take it right here.
Yeah. So we just got done taking the passport photo, and yeah, we're done now. The car is still here. I don't know what we're gonna do. So it didn't take any photos, but it took about an hour. It felt like I was playing Duck Duck Goose or something, because they kept making us like get up, go to the counter, sit back down, wait, get up, go to the counter. There was one guy in there who got up like 5 or 6 times just to like say something and then give something and sit down. Okay, we're gonna check something. Like, it was a lot. So if you're going to the embassy in Laos, I don't know if every embassy is like this. They do passport, immigration, and visas there. Just expect to be there for about an hour after your appointment, and then you're gonna be going up and down, sitting up and down. So yeah, we're about to get a cake because we're celebrating one of Kat's first cousin once removed's birthday, which is basically her second cousin in most people's terms. So it's her cousin's child. If you didn't know, that's actually your first cousin once removed. It's not your second cousin. So one of the good things I like about this country is, as you can just see, I just left from getting some coffee. I barely speak any Laos. I feel like I speak less than like, I'm like a baby, right? I wouldn't even say I'm like pre-K. And people don't really treat you, even if they don't have like the prices on the menu or anything like that, and you have to kind of ask them what the price is, or you give them money without them telling you the price. They don't really like overcharge you here. They like charge you the same exact price as the locals, which doesn't happen in a lot of countries. They try to take advantage of you being a tourist, but here it's like if it's 8,000, they're gonna just charge you 8,000. All right, so that's one thing I like. So I just paid for this. Normally it's like 15,000. I didn't ask her how much. I just gave her a 50, and she gave me back 35,000, which meant she charged me exactly 15,000. You know, that's one reason why I like Lao people, because they're very honest, especially when it comes to business. There's no tourist or foreigner fee, especially a hidden foreigner fee. It's just one flat fee. Like, look how good this burger is. That's crazy. About to take a bite of this burger. Let's see what they're talking about. That's pretty good. Only for $1 too. Like, this is huge to pay. What was that, 25? So $1.25. I'll get this again. This might taste better than the KFC chicken, the Popeyes chicken sandwich. I don't know. So after stopping to eat, we finally made it home. And as you can tell, this was over the course of 2 days. So the reason why we actually had to do the passport then was because we planning to go to Japan and Vietnam. And for Vietnam, I need 2 pages in my passport. And I actually only have 1 left after I get back from Japan. So I have 2 now. After Japan, it'll be 1. And a lot of, I don't know why countries do this. If you work for customs or something, let us know. But why do you stamp 1 page, and then when the next country goes, and when you go, you skip that page even though it only has one stamp on it. Like it wastes so many pages. And so, yeah, and then I have empty pages in the middle of my passport book, and they don't count those. They count pages at the end. So I need to get a new passport because I don't want to get stuck getting into Vietnam or getting out of Vietnam. And then I also need one for Laos. I think it's 2 or 3, something like that. Either way, one of the countries I won't be able to get into. So we needed to make an appointment. Unlike the US where it takes 2 months, 6 months realistically, where she had a last minute appointment, so it costs way more. Here, I was able to make an appointment within 1 to 3 weeks out. And so I made it for 2 weeks out, which was yesterday, or today, I should say. And so we're good there. So if you're making an appointment overseas, it actually goes really, really quickly, and it's the same price. So I highly recommend if you're gonna be going, even if it's a vacation for 1 month, and you have a passport that's about to expire or getting close to empty, and they have an embassy at the place that you're staying, get it done there. Right when you land, get it done and get it sent, because it's not gonna be delayed. It's not like the US. There's very few people, so you're gonna get your passport right away. And it's going to be way quicker and less of a hassle, and you get to keep your passport while they're making you a new one. Whereas in the US, you have to send your passport and you can't leave because you don't have your passport. So yeah, that's how my first haircut in Laos, and that's how my first passport or US embassy experience went. But I wanted to show you guys the upstairs because we started at the top of the house and the outside of the house and working our way down. But this is the inside. Don't mind the color coordination. We did not choose this. The other family member that owns this house chose it, but they got this like seafoam baby blue going on. These are like the colors of all the doors in the house already, so they just refreshed it and everything. And then these walls have all been painted this like white color, so all of these wood walls over here have been white. We still got to do fixtures. We're probably going to do a little like couch and stuff up here. Kat and I are gonna put some vinyl flooring that looks like tile or something down right here, or maybe we actually were thinking about doing like wood laminate, I should say, to put down here to make it look good. Make this like a little lounge area, and then eventually, hopefully, we can turn this into like a hostel type situation where we have multiple rooms. 1, 2. This room right here is pretty big, so let me just show you. So we might end up just making this a bunk bed type situation. Oh, I forgot we put a lock on it. I'm not about to go get the lock. I told you we didn't do the color coordination because why is this green? None of the rest of the house is green. But they started fixing the roof and painting the outdoors. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and subscribe. And we'll see you next week when we fly to our next location in Laos.
Peace.